All right, guys, Supercar Street Racing here. It is Wednesday. My neighbor's cutting the grass. That's Rich over there. So we are going to be prepping the car to receive the instrument cluster again, which is on the UPS truck. So sorry about the noise. We're gonna hop in the car here and pull this instrument cluster out and not scratch up the dash anymore. So the instrument cluster is really just sitting in there kind of halfway, and I'm going to be pulling this out now and then retaping all the surfaces so that we're ready to put the new cluster in when it gets back. All right, got the old cluster out. Actually going to show you guys what I did. So when you install your cluster, absolutely must tape up your steering wheel and your top of your steering wheel cover, because mine got all scratched up, and tape up this part here because this cluster is so difficult to install. You are going to mess up your interior like I did if you don't have everything well taped. Now you notice back there the foil tape over the duct. So that is because even after I cut the duct work, the thing would not fit. So I had to trim more and more duct work off to get the cluster to fit. So we have the cluster out now. I'm going to go grab the interface adapter. So here is the adapter. Amazon, stop the station on audio echo dot. Yeah, I don't want a copyright infringement. I'll be right back. All right, so I got the adapter here that comes with the cluster. It goes on the end of the only cable that goes to your instrument cluster, your stock one. So I'm gonna put that on now. Here are the three connectors that go to the back of the cluster. There's the adapter wire. There is the one of them is for the control pad, and the other one is for the camera, the rear backup camera, and then we have the USB 90-degree USB adapter. Now I'm actually going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm going to attempt to put my what do you call it, GPS, external GPS antenna onto my nav, because it doesn't work half the time with the splitter that goes to the factory nav. So I'm going to see if I can do that and put that right there. We're about to find out. Okay, so I got the navigation system pulled out, and that is absolutely not happening today. I forgot that the actual GPS wire is down here behind the navigation brain, and the wiring in there to get that out is absolutely insane. It is stuffed in there so tight that I'm worried that I won't get it back in. It took everything I had last time to get this thing working. So I'm not going to do that today. I don't have time to do that. It's going to take me an hour or so to get that done. So for now, we're prepped and waiting for the instrument cluster to get here. Got this package. I used the UPS app to stalk the driver, who was like at least probably an hour away from the house, but there it is. I used to follow my package app, and that thing worked great. And I drove a block with no instrument cluster to get my package there. So the guys were freaking out when they got it, because I cut the brackets off, and they're like, wow, we've never seen one with brackets cut off. Do you want us to fix that? And I'm like, no, dude, it won't fit with the brackets. So we got this guy in front of me doing 5 miles an hour now. We'll be back. All right, got the cluster unboxed. It's exactly how I sent it to them, with the brackets cut off, because they're ridiculous. It did come back with a new screen. They didn't charge me. I don't know why, but they probably will eventually. They said that it ships with a screen protector here from the factory that you take off, and then this is another screen protector that they provide that I guess, I don't know which side is the actual screen protector on this thing. you peel something off and then it goes on, but I'm even scared to take that off before I install it so I don't scratch the thing. But I'm gonna work on getting this screen protector installed if I can figure out how, and then I'll update you guys. All right, so there's no instructions whatsoever for the screensaver. It's already scratched up. It came scratched up. I'm gonna try it at least until I get it on the car in case I do something stupid. However, I mean, the one that came on there was better. I don't know why they just don't leave this on there as like the main screensaver. You don't have to peel it off. But anyway, I had to tape it on with shipping tape. It just doesn't stick. I tried water, I tried everything, and now it's got creases in it and stuff. I'm sure it's gonna look like crap and I'm gonna end up ripping it out, but that's what I got so far. I'm already frustrated. Got the cluster installed. It's took me every bit of my strength possible to get it in there, and it's not perfect. And there's a gap here, you can see. I'm gonna have to fill that in. I think I'm gonna use like caulk right there, black. Right in that gap right there to kind of fill in that huge opening, but that's the best it would go. I could not get it to go in any further. So now I'm doing the setup. So you use the push in, it pops the menu up. I'm gonna go down to see what firmware. I've already set the device to let's see. I set it to miles. And temperature I didn't set yet. Okay, it is on Fahrenheit, so then you hit back. Back again. I'm trying to see what firmware this is on. Okay, let's see what vehicle units is on. Okay, let's go to Imperial. Alright, that's good. Okay, that's all of those. I thought the firmware was in here, but I guess... Oh wait, here we go. About... Okay, it's on 2.0.2. And my phone shows that 2.0.2 is the newest firmware. Be right back. I'm going to check on some other things. Okay, like I said, I am on the highest level firmware available. There might be a test firmware that they send me if I'm still having issues with high battery drain. But you can see here, I've got the got this set up for my default display. It shows horsepower and torque, which is absolutely cool. I've got the shift lights turned on. I don't know what that does. I kind of want to play with it. I've got the digital speedometer there and right there, and I just love this thing. It's so cool. It doesn't fit very well, and it's still kind of off. It's kind of just a tiny bit, like a 1/4 millionth of an inch down on one side, but it is in the dash. It's not going anywhere. It is like squished in there. It's so close, so tight. Lucky to got it in this far, honestly. But I will give you guys another update after I hear back from ID4 Motion, because I just emailed them about a new firmware file. But for right now, maybe I'll take a drive and show you guys how it looks. Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna take a little drive. All right, got the cluster all in there and cleaned, adjusted the brightness. It's gonna look weird on this camera, I'm sure. I'm also trying to hold this while I drive. So first of all, let's see if the backup camera works. I did enable that. Now remember, the backup camera comes on both on the instrument cluster and on my Android unit. So let's see what happens. Okay, the picture is rolling on it, which is interesting because it was doing that the first time I set it up, and then it didn't do it for a while. Yep, the picture's rolling, so I don't know what's up with that. It stopped. You can't see it because it's so bright, but you can see it kind of there. It's really bright. So let's go ahead and reverse. And of course you can't see the gear because we are actually covering it with the camera. So we're going for a little drive here. Let me close my garage. See what happens when I switch to gear. So first impressions, I mean, I've seen it before, but it was scratched. First impressions, it's plenty bright enough. Absolutely can see this during the day. It's probably washed out with the camera phone. Need to invest in some better camera equipment, but there you go. You can turn on and off the M Sport logo. So now what I do is I go and I see on my nav how fast I'm really going because I have GPS. All right, so it is 2 miles an hour fast, 3 miles an hour fast. So there is an adjustment for that. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna put this a little bit closer. Wish I had direct video from this thing. I just don't have that capability. So there is the instrument cluster. Now, of course, you can change the appearance of it. I'm gonna pull over and do that now. So if we go to hold the button down, now I've got the keypad, but it's inside the dash. Go to appearance and themes. And let's go to default and change that to analog. So there's the analog default. I changed the LED color to blue. I like that for the speed. This is probably ridiculously hard to see, I'm sure. It's so bright. The exposure is probably crazy. Let's see if I can change that real quick. Okay, yeah, I was able to change the exposure. That looks a lot better for you guys. So there's a good shot of the cluster in normal mode. So you can have a default and then you can have it switch to a different skin when you go into sport mode. Let's go back into sport. Let's go into the appearance and change the default again. So you hold down this button, you go to appearance and themes, default. So there's classic analog. I'll just go through these a little bit. This one's kind of cool. Let's leave it there for now because I want you guys to be able to see it. Actually, let's go down back to sport now that we have the brightness fixed. This is blaze. So that's with the exposure turned all the way down. It's still really bright, so sorry about that. So yeah, that's a good look at how these themes look. I absolutely love this cluster. It's such a cool thing. So we are pulling back into the garage now. So it'll be a little bit darker, less glare on the thing here shortly. And then I'll step through a couple of the other themes for you. There we go. So that looks a lot better. So let's go through these themes real quick. So we hold down this stock button, the BC button. We go to appearance, themes. Default changes it when you're not in sport mode. There's a sport default that changes when you go into sport. So that is classic analog, modern analog, classic orange, modern orange, bright blaze, fierce blaze, and that is it. And so I didn't buy everything. I don't have race mode, which I really want, and I promised it to me 10 or 15 times and never gave it to me. But yeah, that is the ID4. Oh, I love that. I love those LEDs right here. I mean, did you ever think you'd see a 335i, a 2011 335i with Android here, and then this kick-ass digital display, even though it took me about 3 or 4 months to get everything straight. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you buy one. And I don't have a click-through link for this. I can supply the link to the website, but I get nothing if you buy it, unfortunately. So buy it anyway. Let me know if you love it. Let me know if you hate it. I'll update you guys if they change the firmware, do any improvements. Till then, love you guys. Peace out.